Good day, everyone, and thank you for being with us today. Today our discussion is on capital equipment purchasing, making a decision on 2013 versus 2014. We're lucky to have this provided by Siena Wealth Advisors. Joe Irish, who's a CPA and PFS manager at the Siena Accounting Group, is with us today and has some information as to why we want to look at capital expenditures possibly in 2013 versus 2014. So without further ado, there's going to be a slight pause as I transfer this over to Joe, and bear with me as I make him the presenter. And Joe, it should be in your court. So thank you for being with us today, Joe, and go right ahead.
Okay, well, thank you, Ray. Thanks for having me to speak to your membership at the Automobile Service Association of Michigan. I really appreciate that. And what we're going to discuss today is potentially a capital investment purchase for 2013 versus 2014 as we approach the year end in our tax, looking at our tax liabilities. So first of all, Siena Accounting is a group of CPAs and staff. We specialize in small and medium businesses with their accounting and their tax preparation. My background is I was a graduate from Western Michigan University in accounting with honors. I spent 4.5 years with KPMG, which is a global CPA firm. I was 15 years I spent as a chief financial officer and a shareholder with a logistics firm here in Michigan. And then I've been with Siena Accounting now, Siena Wealth Advisors, for almost 4 years. So what I looked at when I was a business owner is always at year end I would try to figure out if there was ways maybe to potentially save some taxes or push some taxes to the next year. And here's an example of maybe what I would look at. First of all, if you are going to have a capital purchase, which usually is a typical large purchase for a small business, take a look at what it might affect at the year end versus waiting to the next year. This year we have a special situation where currently, as it sits, our Section 179 deduction, which allows us currently to deduct up to almost over $500,000 of depreciation right away. In 2014, those are scheduled to go back to lower numbers, so this might affect whether or not to push it to this year. Obviously, before you make this decision, you're going to want to make sure that you have a capital expenditure is actually needed. I would not go out and buy something simply potentially to save on tax dollars if that purchase is not going to help your business. Another way to save taxes is to make sure that you have an operating income for this year. If you're in a break-even or loss scenario, having extra expenses is not really going to necessarily help you with your tax burden. This rolls down to potential tax savings and deferral to future years. And as I mentioned before, the Section 179 deduction is currently set to go back in 2014. And then also, if you are projected to have a higher tax bracket in 2013 than you might have in 2014 and beyond, it would create an opportunity for tax savings today. And the next couple slides are going to show us what potentially that might look like to your small business. This example calculation for 2013 shows if you were to purchase a $50,000 piece of new equipment, you would get an immediate tax deduction or expense of $179 for the whole $50,000, which would allow you to, if you were in a 35% tax bracket, to save a little over $17,000 in taxes in 2013. The next slide will be in comparing to 2014. Should the 179 deduction go back to its original deduction for 2014. This same purchase, if you were to purchase it in the new year, you would get the Section 179 deduction of the $14,000. You would also get your normal depreciation on that asset on a straight line basis for a total deduction of a little over $19,000, and you can see your tax savings for next year on the same asset would be just over $6,600. And so you can see that there's a powerful reason potentially to move that asset purchase up a couple months to 2013. This slide simply will show what those tax savings might be, given your position in your business, if you were to choose to move those up. Obviously, each business has its own CPA and tax preparer or internal controller that you're going to make sure that cash flow and things like that make sense. And I would obviously advise to consult those folks that are close to your business prior to making this important decision for your business. And then lastly, this is just my contact information. I'd be more than happy to try to answer any questions that come from this if I can. And feel free to contact me via my email is probably the best way to get a hold of me. Again, I appreciate your time, and Ray, I appreciate you in allowing me to speak to your membership.
Well, thank you again, Joe, and to the Sienna Group for providing this opportunity for us. Early next month in December, Joe will be doing another program with us on cash flow for businesses. So really appreciate this opportunity from Sienna. And I'm going to take the controls back here quick. Just want to show a couple things here before we close this today. Like I mentioned, this was capital equipment purchase discussion and courtesy of Sienna Wealth Advisors. And again, here's Joe's information. I want to thank you, Joe, for being with us today and providing this information and the Sienna Group. Coming up this Wednesday, we have QuickBooks 101 with Eric Bird, who's also from the Sienna Group. Eric's a CPA and also a certified QuickBooks Pro Advisor, so we're very much looking forward to that opportunity. And again, many thanks to the Sienna Group for allowing that. This is our program for today. Thank you for being with us. Again, Joe, thank you for doing this with us today. And I want to wish everybody to have a great week, and we'll close our meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Ray.